on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank and then we got upset. Oh.
Welcome to Tuesday, December 10th. And this is going to be our virtual Advent day 9 and day 10. I'm really excited to be back. I have some patterns I want to share with you and some yarns that I want to share with you. I hope you are having a good week. I can't believe that tomorrow is already Wednesday. We're already in the middle of the week. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be able to start some new projects, especially Christmas projects like I talked about in my last video. I'm going to do virtual Advent until day 12. And then after that, we're going to start a project. I think it's going to be socks because I really, really love making socks. And the more I make them, the better they fit, the better I get to know how I want them to fit. And so for me, my sock journey has taken me to a point where I'm just really confident about making socks because I know how I like them to fit on my foot. I know where I kind of have to go up in size. And I tend to stick really with one or two patterns that I've really, really worked. But before I get started, I want to show you tonight's Christmas cup. So tonight's Christmas cup is Brown Santa. I love this cup. When I saw this cup, I bought it immediately. It went in my cart. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to see things that, like, I grew up with all white Christmas, right? White angels, white Santa, and all that, and that's great. I mean, that's what's been around. But when I started seeing the brown Santas and the brown angels and just that representation, that it really spoke to me, and it really, I don't know, there's something about seeing, holding a cup of a brown Santa, someone that has my skin color or things like that. I love it. I love it. And whenever I see them, I pick them up. I have a really pretty brown angel that I put on top of my tree. I shared that with you guys. I have other brown angels around the house, and it just makes me happy. It makes me happy to see that. I wish, I was actually talking to a coworker yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And I was telling her how much I loved Barbie. I loved Barbie. And when I moved to the United States, I lived next to a couple African American girls that I became friends with. So the first time we played Barbies, I brought out my Barbies, and then they brought out their black Barbies, and I was blown away. I wanted those Barbies so bad. I wanted those Barbies. You have no idea. And as the years have gone on, they've become more size inclusive, more inclusive of different cultures. And I think it does matter, when you're a child and you have a toy that kind of looks like you, that you can play with. I think that I would have loved to have had brown Barbies. I would have loved to have brown Kens and baby dolls and things like that. So I don't know. I guess that translates into my love of all things brown. I have white Santa too. I like white Santa. Nope, not just saying white Santa. I'm just saying I like me some brown Santa too. And I think it's important to do that. I mean, my family is very biracial. it's mixed, you know, not only within my own marriage and my children who are biracial, but also in my extended family. We have a lot of biracial children and biracial couples, and so it's a kind of like a representation of where we are. You know, we are very, very diverse, and we are a very mixed culture country. And so I think when you start seeing those things appear not only in television and books and commercials and in products, I think that is a good thing. So anyway, didn't mean to take you guys there, but yeah, this is the cup for tonight, and I'm having some Mexican hot chocolate. I put a little video of that. Love, love, love Mexican hot chocolate with a little slice of flan. You saw it there. And my whipped cream that went awry. I don't know what happened to that, but it was delicious. It hit the spot. So tonight I'm having some Mexican hot chocolate, and we're going to talk about sock yarn. That's what virtual Advent for day 9 is going to be all about, sock yarn. And I have a great love of sock yarn as someone who likes to make socks. And I just wanted to show you some of the socks that I have in my stash that I recently have purchased some, but I've had some in stash that I wanted to share with you, just so that we can see some differences in how, dyers actually dye their sock, and how their bases can vary, and how I've worked with all of these things, and how that impacts what you end up with in terms of your sock project. So I want to start off with sock sets. Sock sets have become really popular. I have one here from Fiber Genie. And this sock set was actually dyed for my friend Zelda NRJ3. I've spoken about her before. She did this limited edition sock set for her birthday. She's a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. So, she did the little Oogie Boogie, and she dyed this gorgeous sock yarn with this mini. Now, usually, if I get a mini like this, I'll only do either toes and cuffs. I usually don't have enough to do toes, heels, and cuffs. So I'll choose either, especially I don't know what the yardage is on the mini. I'll usually either, if I know I'm not going to have enough, I'll either do just the toes or I'll do the cuffs. But here's a sock set. I thought that was really beautiful. It's got a nice twist on the yarn, as you can see. I like and I prefer a high twist yarn for my socks, and as you can see, this one's got a nice twist to it. So sock sets for making socks. Then I'm going to show you one of my recent purchases that I did. Another beautiful yarn dyer, absolutely gorgeous. If you have the opportunity to purchase Hugh Loco's yarn, I would highly encourage. She was running some really nice sales during a Thanksgiving holiday, and I purchased some of her yarn. So I purchased this one here. Beautiful sock yarn. I'm really gravitating towards blue. I think blues and greens are going to be my colors for next year, because I'm really, really drawn to them strongly right now. A lot of people ask me, well, not a lot of people, but oftentimes as an artist, people ask me what my favorite color is. And I always say I don't really have a favorite color, but I have periods in my life where I'm more drawn to certain colors. And right now I'm entering a period where I'm very drawn to blues and greens, with brown being the third color in that triad, This one, it has the browns and it's got the beautiful blues. And I also purchased 2 minis to go with this, making it my own sock set. It's a gorgeous brown, very, very beautiful brown. Again, this is a high twist. And so here's another sock set. Like I've made that into a sock set. And what's nice about that is that you can you can pick the color that you want to be your accent color. I mean, I could have picked a blue. She had some of this like darker blue. I could have picked a darker blue to go with this, but the brown was really calling my name, so I chose the brown. Next, I want to share some DK sock yarn, which up until recently, I had not really seen too much of it out there. And I'm so happy to see that yarn dyers are actually dyeing DK, sock yarn, because a lot of patterns are coming up with that weight of yarn. I have a couple patterns I want to share with you that use DK weight for socks, which means you're going to make them a lot faster too. So I picked this one up at the SoCal Fiber Fest. The maker is Silver Pennies. Again, look at these greens. Look at how gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous this yarn is. So I love the skein of yarn. This almost has that blue undertone, and it's just gorgeous. So this is going to be a pair of socks, and it's DK weight. Another yarn that I want to share with you. This one I picked up when I went to the UK for my Yarndale trip. When I went to Yarndale, there was so much yarn, and I bought an obscene amount of yarn. I'm not even going to lie. To the point that I had to purchase a second suitcase, and then I had those the bags that you put in and you take the air out and it compresses everything. I literally was willing to throw away all my clothes just to bring this yarn back. I brought back so much yarn, it's ridiculous. But one of the dyers that was there, I kept thinking, I have to go back and get her yarn. I have to go back. And I would walk around. I'm like, I have to go back to that booth. And finally, I managed to make my way there. And it's a company called Fine Fish. I'm not sure if they're still around. I'll be honest with you. I didn't check before recording, but this is the label. And this is the yarn. And what's interesting is that this yarn is a lot thicker. I feel like this is a lot thicker than DK weight. But this is beautiful. I love it. And I'm getting Christmas vibes because I'm seeing some of the green here. So I think this would also make a really nice pair of Christmas socks. So here is this skein of yarn that's destined to be a pair of socks. And then I want to share another sock set because I found that I had in stash, I had actually bought some DK weight sock yarn, 75/25, and it's this skein right here. I actually bought two, so I could either make socks or I can make like a shawl or a cowl, but I really am gravitating towards socks because I'm loving this colorway. The dyer's name is Yarn Baby. Yarn Baby does, and she is still dyeing. She is a beautiful, beautiful yarn dyer. Her aesthetic is very earthy colors, but they're very deep, very beautiful colors. I love her yarn. But this is a skein that I purchased. The name of this is, oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to read that because I don't have my glasses, but here we go. I have them ready this time because last time I recorded, I couldn't make out anything on these labels. It's called Puppeteer. And it's 75/25 super wash merino nylon. So that's the color. That's the color that, that's the name of the colorway. I don't know that she has this in her shop right now because this is from Stash, so it's a little bit older. But I found this mini in Hugh Loco's shop that I thought would go really well with it. So I bought two. For sure I can make toes and cuffs. And I think that would look really, really nice. I think it matches really well. So yeah, that would be another like sock set. And I love that about minis. You can pair them up and I mean, you can pull so many different colors. If you had like a hot pink mini, it would look great. If you had like, a blue mini, it would look really good. So that's the fun thing about socks. You can have so much fun making these different combinations. Another yarn that I found in stash that I thought would make a beautiful pair of Christmas socks is this skein by Yarn Love. Another variegated skein of yarn. This to me says Christmas. It's got the greens, it's got the reds, it's got all kinds of colors. This is the label. Again, this is from Stash. The best thing about doing these videos is that I'm shopping from my stash. I've bought some yarn, but I'm looking at the yarn that I have in stash, and I'm like, good God, woman, you got to start doing something with that stuff. It's so pretty. Like, I've had this for a while, and I still think this is beautiful yarn. Sometimes I've bought skeins of yarn where I'll pull it out and I'll be like, you know what, this isn't me anymore. But this is me, and this is saying, make it into a pair of socks. Again, from Hue Loco, I purchased this mini, and I think this mini would look beautiful with this yarn. So, another pair of socks. Yes, please, more. Then I caked up some yarn. Recently, I purchased this from one of my favorite dyers, to Arcane Works. And I showed it on one of the videos that I did before doing the December blogs. And I was ready to go, ready to make socks. And then, life is lifing. So, but it was this beautiful skein of sock yarn. Now you can notice on this one, this is not a high twist yarn. And I prefer the high twist, but the colorway was so beautiful. This was their Hocus Pocus colorway, and I purchased it because I was just, I just fell in love with it. So, and then this little pretzel stitch marker I bought at Michael's. I'm like, this is going to be my, my stitch marker for this project. And then I purchased this mini, again, Hue Loco, and I thought this and this would go good together. Again, this was ready to go. This was meant to be socks. I never got around to doing it, but now that I have the mini, I'm even more motivated to do it. So yes, this one and this one should pair up really well together. I think this would be really pretty. And I also purchased another Christmas colorway, but this was last year's purchase at the SoCal Fiber Festival. I mean, look at this. Does that not say Christmas? I think it does. It reminds me of Christmas lights. And this skein is from Seismic Yarn. I spoke about Ava's yarn in one of the other December blogs, but this was one that I actually had caked up at the SoCal Fiber Fair, and had the intention of starting a pair of socks there, and then I didn't do that. But this is the yarn, so pretty. Okay, let's talk sock patterns, and I want to feature my favorite sock pattern designer. And if you have followed me for any amount of time, you know what I'm going to say, and you know whose name I'm going to say, because she is the one whose pattern I make over and over and over again. And I printed a fresh copy of the pattern because the one that I use to make my socks it has 1,000 notes and it's all raggedy, but it is Fabulous Socks by Martha Mitchell. These are my go-to vanilla sock, what I call a vanilla sock pattern, because I use this pattern to make most of almost all of the socks that I've made have been made using this pattern. The current pair that I'm working on right now, which has been the pair that I've been working on for months, probably since the summer, is one that I have shown before. And at one point I tried knitting the cuff and I didn't like it at all. So I went back to just doing, per the pattern, the crocheted cuff on the sock. I finished one. So this is my my sock for, I did this for Summer of Romance, which is a make along that I run with Clarissa Beth of Crochet Cakes. And the theme for me, the theme was Friends to Lovers, and I picked When Harry Met Sally, and the poster for the movie has a lot of these colors in it. So I finally finished one. I did the crochet cuff. These fit so beautifully. So, I can't even tell you. I can't wait to finish the second one. The second one, I'm still doing weaving in ends. And then I'll start the cuff. And then I'll have my socks ready to go, ready to wear. So that is this pattern here. And I also have this other pattern by Marta, which is Off the Beat socks. And these are beautiful socks. Look at that lace work on the sock. This is also fingering weight. I actually started crocheting these socks and then I lost my mojo because I was streaming on Twitch for a little bit and I was working on these socks, and then I stopped streaming and then I lost my mojo and then I just frogged the yarn. But actually, I was thinking maybe this would be a great pattern for this yarn because it may show off the lace better than something like this. I think this is too busy and the lace part will get lost in what's going on. This will get lost with all this color. So I think this and this would go really well together. Maybe we'll do that. Let's set it aside over here. Then she came up with this little pair of shorty socks, and it's DK weight. Look at these. DK weight shorty socks. It's called Lazy Days shorty socks. I can't wait to get this on my hook. And this pattern is the reason why I was desperately looking for DK weight sock yarn. And I think this would look really pretty with this pattern. I think that would work really well. Or just go with a solid. I think would be pretty too. So I have options here. You'll be able to find other sock patterns in her Ravelry shop, and you'll be able to find the Lazy Days, the fingering weight one. I will definitely link Marta's Ravelry below so you can check out more of her sock patterns. She also has other patterns for hats and things like that, blankets. She's a great designer. Can't say enough good stuff about Marta. I love her pattern. And I love all of her patterns. I think that she writes a nice, clear pattern. Here's another pair, and I think these are DK weight. No, let me see. Yes, these are another pair of DK weight socks. They're called the Fiddle socks, and they look like that. These look really comfy. I've had this pattern in my library for a while. I think they look really pretty. Another one where I think it would benefit from either a solid color sock or I think this would work too. This one would work too for these. That would be pretty. And I just, I always have like a little sock bag in my purse. This is my Christmas one. And I always have this with me because you never know when you can put a couple rows. And socks are so portable that it's a perfect go-to project. And I was telling you that my copy of the pattern is all raggedy. Let me show it to you. Because I kind of know the pattern already, you know, by memory, but there's a couple things that I always have to kind of look at. Oh, well, I can't show it to you because I don't have the front cover. I just got my notes on it. Look at it. It's all written on. But yes, and I love this size of sock bag because it fits into everything in all my bags. I love it. I also have a bag that I keep here when I crochet on the couch. And I made this one too. This is my little sock bag. And it's got Frida on it. I love this fabric. I make this one, and then when I put it next to me, I like a nice shallow, like, you know, bucket style bag, because I don't like digging in too deep. I don't like the deep bags. But this is perfect, this fabric here. And it's got my sock ruler. I've talked about this before. I love the sock ruler. It's got a little pocket there. And then I keep my patterns for my favorite socks in here. So yes, that's what I wanted to share with you. Sock yarn is our virtual advent for day 9. And Martha Mitchell, our sock designer, or my favorite sock designer, is virtual advent 10. So I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I might not be able to record tomorrow. You know what I just looked at? I'm looking up here at my sock stash, and I just saw a box, like a clear box, like a shoe box, that has more minis in it. I thought I had rounded up all my minis, but I missed that box. Okay. There's gonna be like a giant reorganization back here that I have to do it, because it's driving me nuts how my creative space is laid out. I think I gotta destash, I gotta clean, and I gotta organize before the new year starts, because I really want to be able to access things better than I am right now. Yeah, that's gonna be a goal. That's gonna be a goal. One of the things that I want to work on when I'm on vacation is to rearrange my little crochet corner back here, a little sewing corner back here, and make it make sense. I think I need more shelves. I think I need to declutter, and I need to rearrange. And I think that, I can't, you know, I've done it so many times and I can't quite get it right. Like I move furniture. Like I'm one of those people that likes to move furniture around. And like, you know, my husband will go on a trip and come back and I have like move stuff around and he hates it. But I like moving stuff around. But in this, place, it's a really long room that we have in the back, and it's divided into like our dining room and my creative space. There's some awkwardness to it that I haven't dialed in, and I think I'm really going to think about how I want to rearrange stuff, and I may or may not video that, but maybe when I'm done with it, I'll give you like a little tour of it. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope that you enjoyed some time with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.